Hey guys, so for those who remember, about a month or so ago, I did a video talking about something Jason Voorhees 2011 and I were working together on a big fanfictions shared universe. And when I say big shared universe, I mean big shared universe, because this is huge. Like, over 30 different franchises put together into one shared fanfiction universe. Um, Basically what this is called is we called it the InfinityVerse. We've called it the InfinityVerse, and I'll get into the reason as to why. Now, in here, in this in this shared universe, is that there is a multiverse. So some shows that we enjoyed, like My Hero Academia, that's part of the multiverse in this universe. Ruby is part of this universe, but it's in a multiverse. It's multiverse. Same with like Muni from Star vs. the Force of Evil. It's multiverse. So there are other franchises in here, but they're part of the multiverse because they don't fit. They couldn't fit right on Earth. So yeah, and also with characters like Pen Zero, Part Time Hero, and Star vs. the Force of Evil, we could do multiverse stuff in here. Now there's also cosmic stuff like Homeworld, Cybertron. Homeworld from, of course, Steven Universe and Cybertron. All of that is cosmic stuff. So there is a cosmic aspect as well. But the main driving point is what we're here to talk about, the Infinity League. Now, the Infinity League is something we've actually Jason and I kind of did in a fanfiction a while back, but we resurrected it for this new fanfiction story. The Infinity League is essentially a gathering of different heroes from this shared universe and coming together to form like a big Justice League or Avengers type team. The first 6 members of this team were Kim Possible, Shizao, Danny Phantom, Jake Long, Randy Cunningham, and XJ9, Jenny. Those were the first few members, and they are actually the 6 heads. Well, there's a 7th head, but I'll get to him. But yeah, they're basically the 6 heads of the team, and they're actually backed by the Global Justice Network from Kim Possible, who are pretty much like the shield of this universe. They're like they have their hands in a lot of stuff in here in this big shared universe, and they're actually the ones who wanted a team together. Now, they don't run the team. They just provide for them, and all they have to do is do cleanup and actually share data and reports with the Infinity League. But they don't control they don't control their lives. They don't control what the team can and can't do. For now. There'll be more on that later. That's a story for another time, I'm afraid. But yeah, in here, in this universe, you've got tons of characters all coming together to make this team, and there's also a subgroup. And this subgroup consists of the Autobots, the Earth Corps from Inhumanoids, and G.I. Joe. Now, they are considered Infinity League members, but they're more they're more closer to GJN because of their military backgrounds. And in this timeline, the universe is set up a little differently. There is a different shift, which I talked about before. In this timeline, in this new universe, the Autobots and Decepticons didn't really wake up in the 80s. They instead woke up in 1997. They woke up in 1997, and then later in 2002 came G.I. Joe, and then following that in 2005, the Inhumanoids attacked Earth, and and the Earth Corps came farther from that. And following that, it wasn't until 2013 that the metahumans started to show up, like Danny Phantom and Powerpuff Girls. In fact, the Powerpuff Girls in this continuity, in this shared universe continuity, are the first metahumans. They're the first superheroes, and they arrived in 2013. Then followed by Danny Phantom, and then and such on and all their adventures all happened in 5 years, which is actually a lot easier to do. Then, what New 52 tried to do, and tried to do everything in a 5-year time span, which was impossible. In all these animated shows, it makes sense. That makes a little more sense of all of them having their own shared adventures and having it all in the span of 5 years. Yeah, that actually works a little better, honestly. That works a little better. But this universe has actually had its share of moments. Obviously, there was the Gem Civil War that happened on Earth, and before then, there was the Autobots and Decepticons crashed before the war broke out. There was also in 1954 Godzilla woke up. That's right, Godzilla and the other monsters woke up. In fact, how we kind of thought about doing the other monsters arriving throughout the timelines is basically the monsters you saw in the movies. Like let's say for instance Rodan, who first appeared in his film. That film was in 1956, I believe. So in this continuity, Rodan appeared in 56. Each movie in this continuity, every movie, the year that movie premiered is in this continuity. That's the year the monster showed up. So obviously, like I said, Godzilla appeared in 1954, and then all the other kaiju followed from then on, leading on to Kaiser, aka Kaiser Ghidorah, in 2004. But those the movie events didn't really happen. Final Wars didn't exactly happen. It's kind of a reference to it. So, anyway, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, there's also, in terms of other characters that are not non-cartoon characters in this shared universe, are horror characters. There's a good amount of horror characters in here. In fact, if you could think of a horror character, good chances are they're in here. In fact, in the first story we're going to be doing, which we've retitled the Infinity League The New Frontier, you're going to be seeing one of them show up. I don't want to say who. Actually, there's going to be two horror characters showing up. I'm not going to say who they are, but you'll be pleasantly surprised. So yeah, a lot of horror franchises horror characters are going to be in here. We also have some anime showing up. Like I said, we have My Hero Academia and RWBY, which are multiverse, but there are some in-universe characters showing up and being a part of this as well. Sailor Moon is one of them, as well as Tenchi Muyo. That's another in-universe anime that's going to be showing up, a part of this universe. We also have, what was it? There was another one in here. Oh yeah, Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon is another in-universe anime. Now keep in mind, guys, these are just these are shows that are a part of this universe. These are from shows we've collectively watched. These are from shows Jason Voorhees 2011 and I have watched. So it has to be a show that he's watched too. So don't expect like Dragon Ball Z or something really crazy a part of this universe. So yeah, don't expect like DBZ or something really like something else in there. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, so far the only animes in here are My Hero Academia, RWBY, Sailor Moon, Black Lagoon, and Tenchi Muyo. So that's really the only animes that are a part of this universe at the moment. In fact, Sailor Moon's going to be playing a big part in the first... The New Frontier, the first story, is more like a build-up for everything. It's like big setup for all the stories to come. Which, trust me, we have a lot of stories already planned out. Like, 13 at last count. Yeah, we've planned out 13 storylines. It's amazing. Anyway, so, where was I going with? Yeah, so, but Sailor Moon's going to play a big part in the first one, and the effects will go on for the vast majority of the storylines, really. But yeah, so this has been really fun. We've been setting it up. The first story should be out soon. I know I said that before, but Jason and I have been really busy with other stuff. So yeah. So, but hopefully we can get this out by the end of the year, or if not, it can be something for it'll be one of the first things you'll see in 2019. I hope. It's like I said, we're only human, and we're not getting paid to do fan fiction. So please don't rush us. I'm excited to show this with you. Jason's excited to show this with you guys, but we're only human, and we've been working on it as fast as we can. In fact, I've actually, for the second story, I've written some of the first stuff for the second story, and Jason's wrapping up, finishing the last few parts of the story, of the first story. So yeah. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Just a little more information on the as what we've called the InfinityVerse. And trust me, I haven't gone like super into detail with everything else. So hope you all enjoyed this. I will when we get it out, I will post a link in another video. But once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.